guys, welcome back to Square Root of Science. I'm Pranav, your instructor. Today our lesson is going to be about positive and negative numbers and absolute value. So yeah, let's get started. Our big question is, what is absolute value? Well, to know what absolute value is, first let's talk about negative and positive numbers. What are negative and positive numbers? Well, negative numbers are numbers to the left of the number line, and positive numbers are numbers to the right of the number line. So the number line looks like this. And these arrows represent that the number line goes on forever in this way and also forever in this way. So 0 goes in the middle, and then let's just say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. These numbers are the positive numbers because they're to the they're right of the number line. So these numbers are the positive. And the positive symbol is a plus sign. And these numbers are the negative. Negative. And the symbol for negative numbers is a minus sign. So positive sign, let's just say 5. So usually we write 5 like this. But it's on the positive side of the number line, and every positive number has an imaginary plus sign next to it. Now we don't usually put the plus sign, but all positive numbers have an imaginary plus sign. And then for negative numbers, like negative 5, they always have to have the negative sign with them, because if we didn't have the negative sign, or if we thought there's an imaginary negative sign, we would think it was positive numbers, because positive numbers are the numbers that that have an imaginary plus sign. So yeah. And so negative is minus, positive is plus. So yeah. Now, So now let's talk about absolute value. Now, what is absolute value? Well, absolute value is, so what is absolute value? The absolute value is the distance from the distance from, wait, I messed up. Okay, the absolute value is the numbers distance from 0. So that's what the absolute value is. The number's distance from 0. So let's just take an example. Let's take the number let's just say negative 10. So I'm just gonna let's take the number negative 3. Okay, so negative 3. So to find the absolute value of negative 3, you have to find its distance from 0. So what is the absolute value of negative 3? Well, so this is how you so first you place a dot on 0, and then so you have to get to negative 3. Then how many hops do you do? So that's 1 hop, that's 2 hops, and that's 3 hops to get to negative 3. That's 3 hops, which means the distance from 0, the negative 3's distance from 0 is 3 spaces, 3 hops. So we do this. This is the absolute value symbol. We put bars around the number we're trying to find the absolute value of. Now, so the absolute value is always represented in a positive number. The absolute value is never a negative number, no matter which side of 0 you go, because it's the number of hops, and that's always positive. So so let's just say this is -3. And this is in the absolute value symbol. So that means the absolute value is this. But what if it was like this? Here, I'm going to get a different marker. What if it was like this? There's still a negative symbol, but the absolute value bars are surrounding 3 instead of -3. Well, the absolute value bars kind of act like parentheses. You have to find the absolute value of what's in the bars first, and then add whatever symbol is there. So, negative absolute value of 3. So the absolute value of 3, so absolute value of 3 equals 3. Because it's 3 hops from 0. 1 hop, and then 2 hops, and then 3 hops. So, yeah, it equals 3, but there's a negative sign. So, we have to add the negative symbol. So this equals -3. Yeah. Let me just erase this. Yeah, so also, let's just say we can also do operation. So, operation, okay, so positive numbers is one of our vocab. So all the numbers to the right of the number line, right of 0, and the negative numbers are all the numbers left, and they have the negative symbol. Now, an operation is basically like, so the symbol, like, it tells you to do. So, I mean, like, so the operation is what you do to the numbers. Say it was like 5 plus 3. This plus sign is the operation because it tells you what to do with 5 and 3. In this case, you add. So this is basically add 5 and 3. 5 plus 3 equals add 5 and 3. So that's what the operation tells you to do. It tells you what to do with the numbers. And you can automatically know that 5 plus 3 is 8. So if you add these together, because the operation tells you what to do. Say this was subtraction. This was a minus sign. It wouldn't equal 8 anymore because that's a new operation. It's a new command. It's telling you to do something new. So that would equal 2. And there's also multiply, which is 15, and there's divide, and so if you divide these, it's 1 2/3. So yeah, the most common 4 operations are plus, minus, times, and divided by. But there's more operations. There's greater than, there's less than, there's greater than or equal to, and there's less than or equal to. These are the 8 operations, but these 4 are the most common ones. So let's just erase this. And that's what the operation is. Now, say what if we had an operation like 5 minus 3? What if that was in the absolute value bars? So well, first you would do the operation. Like I said, they act like parentheses. First you do the operation, then you take the absolute value of it. So this equals the absolute value of 2, which equals 2. Yeah. So, and what if it, so also multiplication, one thing with multiplication, you might have seen like say 2 times 2. That's a really common way to write multiplication, but you can also write it like this. So this also means multiplication, 2 and then dot and then 2. And then you can also do this, and you can do this. So these are the 4 ways. So there's this, there's this, there's this, and there's this. And this is 2 times 2, that's 2 times 2, this is 2 times 2, and that's 2 times 2. So they all represent 2 times 2. Yeah, so let's just say, same with that. Remember I told you the absolute values act like parentheses. That means that, say, there's like, say, 5. No, yeah, let's just say, 5, and then there's 2. Remember the 2 and then in parentheses 2, so like this. That's one way to multiply. But first, you have to do what's in the parentheses, or the absolute value bars. So this equals 2 times 5, because the absolute value of 5 is 5, which equals 10. So 2 times 5 in absolute value bars is 10. Now, what if we did 2 absolute value negative 5? That would still equal 10, because the absolute value of negative 5 is 10, because it's 5 spaces from 0, and 5 times 2 is 10. Yeah, so now I'm gonna do, so you can also do this. You can do 5 plus 8 absolute value bars squared. You can also do something like this. And this equals, so 5 plus 8 is 13. So it's the absolute value of 13. So it's the absolute value, so 3 squared. And 13 squared is 396. No, 369, sorry. So yeah, this is this is 13 squared. So yeah, so absolute value of 5 plus 8 squared equals 369. So yeah, you can do many like math equations with absolute value. But so absolute value just means the distance from 0. So this and this equals this. Sorry. Absolute value of 5 equals absolute value of negative 5, because they're both 5 spaces from 0. So no matter what the negative symbol and inside, no matter what the symbol inside the absolute value bars, they still equal like this. But this does not equal this, because so this. The 5 absolute value of 5 equals the absolute value of 5, because 5 equals 5. But this is saying that 5 is not equal to negative 5, because remember we apply the symbol after what we do. We're done with what we did in the parentheses. So yeah. So, yeah, that was absolute value. Now let's just do a quick recap. So the absolute value is the number's distance from 0, regardless if it's negative or positive, because it's the distance from 0, and it's always represented as a positive number. So as you may know, I always put important things in a star. So green, the absolute value, I'm just going to write it down, because the absolute value is always a positive number. Always a positive number. So yeah, that was the absolute value lesson. I hope you understood everything. And about like the absolute value and yeah, everything about it. And yeah, we will see you in our next video. This is the square root of science. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon and the like button. Thanks for watching. We will see you in our next video.